everybody is having a fantastic Friday night. I myself had a whole bunch of fun because one of my brother-in-law's girlfriends came over and he played with makeup, which is like my favorite thing in the entire world. It was so much fun. But we played with all this makeup and now I have a whole bunch of dirty brushes that I need to clean. And I promised that the next video tutorial was going to be on how to clean your brushes. So voila, here we are. Thanks for spending your Friday night with me. Let's get started. So you have a whole bunch of dirty makeup brushes. What do you do now? Maybe you clean them every day and maybe you don't. If you do clean them every day, I would like to hear about it in the comments below. What do you clean them with? I would love to hear. Everybody has kind of their own technique. There's not necessarily a right or, well, there are wrong ways, but there's not necessarily like one right way. So I'd love to hear how you clean your makeup brushes. You know, I'm a huge believer that we should all share our tips, tricks, and hacks, because you never know when somebody's gonna have a great idea that you might also wanna replicate. So I have a whole bunch of makeup brushes here. There are, like I said, many different ways to clean your makeup brushes. I know that some people just use soap, like a Dawn dish soap. Some people use a baby body wash kind of soap, swish it around in some water, and that's how they clean their brushes. There are some arguments as to like, does that really sanitize them? And so then you've got kind of the other side that I've heard a lot of people do, where they're mixing alcohol, like a rubbing alcohol that you might find in the grocery store, with some Castile oil, which you can also find in the grocery store. Really good soap base, by the way. Totally like separate note. Some tea tree oil, and they swish that around to clean your makeup brushes. I've also heard some people just doing straight rubbing alcohol, which I showed you that you can buy in the grocery store, because it's a really good disinfectant. And that's a big thing. You want to make sure that you're disinfecting your brushes, especially if you're doing makeup on other people or you're sharing your makeup brushes. Disinfecting your brushes is huge. Our faces can carry all sorts of different kinds of bacteria. When you're talking about like eyes, you know, that's bodily fluid right there. So if you are doing somebody's makeup and your makeup brush touches their eyes and then you put that makeup brush in your eye or on your eye, you know, who knows what you're gonna get. Even if you're like super close friends, sometimes that stuff's unintentional, but it's just definitely something that you want to just be careful of. I already kind of talked about taking care of that beautiful face. These makeup brushes, when you don't wash them, they can carry pigment from, you know, the day before. So you may be trying to put on a pretty pink and you had black on yesterday and now you've got like a weird mix of colors going on your eyes. That's, I don't know, I would prefer not to have that kind of like, and then I have to fix it and then, you know, all that other stuff. But more than that, you want to make sure that like all the, you know, grime and the grease and all sorts of stuff that gets put in makeup products is not getting, you know, back onto your skin after a couple of weeks or after a couple of days, because you really want to take care of your skin and you want your skin to be able to breathe. That's why it's also important, again, kind of a side note, to watch what's in your makeup. You don't want something on there that is going to suffocate your skin. That's one reason why I'm a huge advocate for Luminous, just because their products are, you know, they're gluten-free, they're paraben-free, they're silicone-free, so you know that your face is going to be able to breathe. I've also noticed that it's helping with my acne. I don't have a ton of acne, but sometimes my hormones kind of go a little nutso, and then like I want to apparently look like a teenager again when it comes to my acne. So that's something to think about. You don't want that stuff on your makeup brushes and then you're putting it back on your face for sure. So lots of different ways to do it. I would love to hear how you do it, and then how often you clean your brushes. That's that would be a great thing to share. And why? Why do you clean them every day? Or why do you clean them monthly? Whatever it is that you have a routine. Let us know what it is. I would love, love, love to hear. I'm gonna clean my makeup brushes now. And I have a little solution already kind of mixed up, and then I'm gonna pour that in there. And so usually I do them one by one just to kind of show you guys, just really quickly. When you put your makeup brushes in there, you don't want to let them sit. You want to go ahead and stir it in there. When I clean them individually, I make sure that I get in between the bristles. I make sure that they're really, really cleaned through and through. Super, super, super important. Then once you do that, you want to make sure that they're set out to dry in a way that is not going to damage your brushes. So the best way that I have found to dry my brushes is to dry them laying flat on a towel, a clean towel, or paper towel, so that way I can make sure that the brushes are not going to get damaged, and that way I make sure that they're going to be, drying and aerating properly. If you stick them right back in your makeup bag, it can get kind of muggy in there, and I'm pretty sure that's not good for your brushes. I've also seen that some people will store them with the bristles facing up. You don't really want that, because if you've got water on the top of your bristles and now they're going in to like where the glue is that holds the bristles to the brush, that can really damage your brushes. And if you're spending a lot of money on brushes, or you're making an investment in brushes, you really want to take care of those things. I have seen on Amazon and on some different blogs where people are storing them upside down, bristles facing down. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I haven't tried it, so I really can't speak to it. But if you've tried it or you have that at home, comment below, let us know. I would love to hear how it's working for you. Why was that the method that you choose? There's no necessarily wrong answer there. I'm curious more than anything. Thank you so much for joining me. There is going to be another video in about 2 days, and so I would love for you to join me for that. The topic of that one is actually going to be a surprise, so I know it's going to be good though, so I would come back in 2 days for our next video. It's going to be fantastic. It might be the best one yet. Okay. For my makeup brush cleaner recipe, you're going to want to make 2 stops. One at your local beauty supply store and one at your local grocery or drugstore. At the beauty supply store, you're going to want to buy 2 ounces of Cosmetic Grade Acetone and 1 ounce of 2,4,4 fluid. At your local grocery store or drugstore, you're going to buy at least 13 ounces of 70% ethyl alcohol, which is a great disinfectant. You'll also want to buy some witch hazel, which makes a great second cleaning or rinse solution, and some Castile soap. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like the smell of the acetone and the alcohol, and so feel free to use some essential oils to scent your cleaner. Some of the fragrance combinations that I have seen that are really popular are lavender or sweet orange, a rose. It's good to know too that essential oils like tea tree oil and grapefruit seed have really amazing antibacterial properties that you can add to your homemade brush cleaner just by adding that oil on there. If you don't want to make your own, which I highly recommend because you're really going to save a lot of money, but if you don't want to, that's okay. For full cleansing and maintenance, I would recommend the Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver or Clean by Apothecary. They have a great brush shampoo that is fantastic. And then if you are just looking for something really quick on the go, Beauty So Clean has a wipeout brush cleaner that is fantastic also. It has some natural sea salt in it, so that gives that professional strength cleaning kick to it without having some really harsh chemicals. If you have a makeup tutorial that you have been dying to see, we want to know about that as well. If you've seen it somewhere else and you want to see how Glam Face does it, that would be fantastic. Shoot us a message and let us know, and we will put it on the list. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, do all of those things, and like our Facebook page. Bye guys, have a good night.